It's just Riley in this video. We were originally going to do a video together like usual and take you through some of the stretches that we do for front and back bending, but we went hiking and we took lots of pictures. Pop onto our Facebook to check those out and see where all of our energy went. So we're very tired, so we decided to just split the front and the back bending tutorial-esque videos in two, and we're uploading mine because I have the energy to do what I need to for the video, but Venessa does not. If you're wondering why that is, I'll just give you a quick example and ask you which is harder to do. Would you rather sit here like this for a long time, or just try and hold your foot back for a long time? I'm not saying either is easier, but back bending tends to take a lot more just strength and endurance to hold for long periods of time, whereas front bending, your body just links together and kind of holds it there for you. As for things that actually will bother you with front bending, it's mostly just pain in your legs from soreness, which will make walking kind of difficult if you stretch really far. Anyway though, so there's not going to be any cutting. This video is going to be sloppy. So to start off though, just some simple leg stretches. You've probably seen these before. You have seen these before. You just put one leg straight out in front of you. Take this one like this. Lean forward as far as you can. I go this far. If you can't lean that far, just find where you can lean, find where you're comfortable, and your body starts to just go against gravity and push yourself very slightly, only about that much farther forward. And you can either hold yourself there for a long time, or you can do what I do sometimes, and you just very slowly make yourself go lower and lower and lower down. You'll know when you've gone low enough. And do it with both legs, same thing. Straight in front of you, and this one just foot connecting to your thigh. Lean as far forward. You don't have to do it as fast as I do it. And then to stretch even more of this lower leg area, put your feet together, and again, stretch as far as you can. You can take this one a little farther by spreading your legs apart a bit. They're about that far apart now, so that you can touch your nose to the floor. Again, find where you're comfortable and just go slightly past that. And if you set your legs farther apart, it'll start stretching your upper legs, your thighs instead. So same thing. Just lean far forward. These stretches will help you with a number of front bends. They will also help you with the splits, which I will not be covering. And then there also is a standing variation of these. My feet are about shoulder width apart. You should be able to lay your hands flat on your feet, or flat on the ground is even better. And then to steadily get better at this, you just move your feet closer and closer together as you get better. My version is I have my feet right next to each other. I have my hands next to my feet, and I connect my face to my knees. And then there's getting your feet behind your head is a major portion of a lot of front bends, especially the knot. I do it just like that, and then I can sit up relatively straight with either foot behind my head. If you can't do that, again, find where it just starts to resist. Say about here, and you want to hold it there, and again, you can do it either way. You can either just hold it where it starts to resist for as long as you can, or you can very slowly push it back. With this one, be a lot more careful and just push it back a little, and then hold it there. Don't try to get your foot to go way farther than you're comfortable. And again, if you force your foot behind your head, when your legs are not flexible enough to do that, you do run the risk of getting your foot stuck back here, and that'll probably tear a muscle. So be very careful. Do not try to get your foot here if it is not comfortable doing so. And just like with everything, do it with both sides. It's best to be as equal as possible on both sides of your body. I am not. My right half, everything is way more flexible than my left half, and it makes certain stretches really annoying to do. And then now I'll move on to some actual front bends, and starting with the front bend curl, which is not all that fun to look at, but it is important, and I don't like doing it. The best way to do it, I guess, is to just have your feet in front of you. You can have them straight out like this, And I'm told that you can bend your knees too if that helps. That what you want to do is it's Flopsy, get out. No, I apologize. Anyway, what you're trying to do is this is kind of like the front bending equivalent of the back fold, because you're literally trying to fold your upper half in half. You're holding on to yourself. You're not using your arms to pull on yourself or anything. You're just leaning backwards and trying to compress the top of your rib cage down. And you put your head down and you try to get your facial area as close to this area as you can. Personally, I really hate this stretch, but it is a really good front bend. Also, there is the plow, which I enjoy because it stretches my back without really stretching my legs, and my legs tend to get sore much more quickly than my back does. So all you do that is you just lay about like this, just flip your legs over, and you can just lay like this. You can try to fold yourself more. Gravity kind of works against you, and if you want to increase it more, you can try to get your knees actually behind your head too. Both stretches will also stretch your neck, so be careful. Any stretches involving your neck you want to be very careful with. I cannot do this to the full extent. I get pretty close, and then it starts to hurt my neck, so I stop. And then all I have left to show you for this real quick introduction to front bending video is the knot itself. And I actually consider the front bend curl much more difficult than either of the other two front bends in this video. It's just not as fun to look at. So for the knot, you will need to be able to get either foot behind your head in order to do the knot. So if you can't do that, don't try it. So you want to sit, put your arms on the interior of your legs and grab hold of your ankles. And flip yourself back. And if you're flexible enough, your feet will just hold themselves back. They'll hook together like a clasp and just stay back there. For me, this stretches my calf area, and if I'm in it for long enough, it makes my feet go numb. So anyway, once you're in the knot, what you want to do to improve is grab hold of yourself like this and just squeeze yourself and try to bring your face and your bottom as close together as you can. And afterward, this will curl your spine up really tightly. Any of those three I ended with, you'll want to twist. This is not a front bend, but it will loosen your spine back up. Venessa and I both strongly recommend doing a twist after any extended period of front or back bending, and definitely do one if you plan on switching from back to front bending or from front to back bending. All right, that'll do it. Okay.